All right, so we're looking at right side versus left side. We're going to have something for the higher belts, okay? To where we come here first, and we're anticipating this hand coming to the collar. And as he goes, look, I bring this arm across, and then I tuck this elbow, right, the armpit, over my shoulder, okay? So we're immediately going to try to catch his hand as it comes, go over, and try to tuck this arm underneath, okay? So now when we're here, look, I can elevate him, and then take him over the back this direction. He's got to go this way. Okay, it's a simple Sode. That's the slightly higher belt. Once we go here to shoulder Sode, okay, he's incentivized to bring his elbow down to defend it. Okay, so now I cannot bring the shoulder underneath the armpit anymore. That's when I punch his hand through and I pin this arm down. Okay? Beginner intermediates, you're going to start from this position. Right side versus left side, so I'm leading leg with the right leg. He's leading with the left leg. I'm going to pin this arm down. I'm going to go across and attack this collar. From this position, I'm going to try to connect my middle of my shoulder into the middle of the sternum. Bang! And I have foot on the inside position as well. So when I turn, I'm bringing the shoulder into his chest, and this hand is turning away from me, behind me. From this position, look, I open, uppercut, okay? I turn and then bend my knees here. Okay, so now he's loaded on my back, and then I can take him right over. A lot of nuances involved with this, but we'll just start with this. Pin, shoulder, collar. Punch the shoulder into the armpit, not the armpit, sorry, the sternum, up this way. Very simple, ippon senai. If you already noticed and you're a little bit of a higher belt, I want you to catch this, show Sode, pin, side step. Shoulder into the sternum, ippon senai. I want you to get load and then don't throw your opponent. All right, go ahead. So a little bit more, right? When the guy comes in, grab here, like face, down. Show Sode, show him shoulder, and then you bend the elbow. So that side Sode, right? Down. And then you go into this, right? Getting the shape of the movement down is first and foremost, but the minor details here, when I'm going for Sode here, right? As I said, if the hand's coming, if I can catch it and then go immediately, that's great, but sometimes it's very difficult. The way I'm grabbing this sleeve right now is on the side this way. This is like the universal giveaway. I'm going for Sode. Sode generally looks like this. If I take this hand off, I'm going across, pivoting, armpit underneath, lifting, and then throwing over this direction. Obviously, usually you go big explosion, slow, but you know, nice and control for now. So this is like, hey man, I'm gonna go for Sode. So how do I set this up once he gets his hand on? I want to be able to push his hand up as if I'm doing like a military press. So it's his hand strength going this way versus me being with the military press, you know, 185, 220, who knows, right? So it's a combination of this, making it look like I'm going, he pushes his arm down, and then pushing his hand off and breaking it. So now there's no resistance here, it's less. If it's low, I'm going to immediately go to my ippon senai seriously. Okay, sometimes I may pulse it away, and I'm going to pull it to the side to take the hand off. And as he's returning, I might be able to go through. Be careful of this elbow hinge. If I throw my shoulder into the elbow and go this direction, you're going to break the guy's arm. So you want to tuck the elbow, the shoulder, underneath the armpit, so now I can lift him using my legs. So that's one idea here, but for all you who's doing ippon senai, when I cut this hand off, I'm keeping this grip and making it tight so he can't re-grip my hand here. This is the key. If I'm just holding it loose here, if he re-grabs the sleeve, now I'm not going to be able to bring this hand across for the arm throw. So when he's grabbing this collar, look, I keep everything tight, break it, put my shoulder here, and then bringing this hand behind me in a way where he cannot re-grip my hand. And then from here, I'm going ippon senai. We did before here, bending, and now we're going to do split stance, Uchimata here. So we're going to up, we're going to kind of like you're doing an Olympic lift, okay? Boom, back up, nothing over here, okay? No throwing yet. Just get comfortable here, and then load the opponent on your back. Okay? All right, go ahead. Let's not the new guy, in case the Gianni's here. If you're going with somebody new, white or yellow belt, you're gonna do everything the same. Here, And as you're going Ippon Senagi, Gianni's going to drop his hips and then try to sit backwards this way. So you see now it's going to be very difficult for me to finish. Right? So now from here, look what I'm going to do here. I'm going to clip the inside of this leg with a kochi here, and I'm going to duck backwards this way. Okay? So essentially what you're doing is taking the turn throw and then changing directions on them. Right? Oh. Okay? And then if that doesn't work, it sets up that turn throw again. Right? This is what I look. Kochi here, and then from here, look, I can load him on my back now. Right? If you're going with higher belts, in the yellow and or green and above each other, you're going to do Ippon Senagi this direction. See how I have my back foot on this leg? Hitting. Shoulder. Up and over. Okay? Nice one swooping motion. The key to this is that you're close enough to the mat so you don't miss like I just did. Okay? And you want to use this back foot as a pendulum. You want to keep his hand going forward and you want to drop your hips underneath. Okay, so pull in. Okay, try to take them open. Okay? So higher belts do this. If you have a beginner partner, you're only going to do Ippon Senagi Kochi here. Kochi, or you can do inside shit going backwards so they can practice their back break fall. Okay, but make sure that these guys, the beginners, they don't fall back and put their arms out. And you're guiding them through the break fall process. Okay? All right, let's get the mats out and the knife coming. All right, go.